using an Android phone?
I am.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's on the Apple App Store, but it's not on Android. Um,
You just connected.
I'm sorry, what?
You just connected.
To your, yeah. So I had no trouble hitting that stream key. So that
It's
tells
just so
us.
frustrating. Like I said, it worked, and it's weird that usually electronics either work or they don't work. But if they start working, then stop working. I just don't know what happened. That's what I get for buying used stuff off of eBay, I guess.
You don't have much of a choice, unfortunately, with the Yi. There aren't too many options where there aren't too many opportunities where you end up with a new one available.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And do GoPros have this same capability, or is it basically just boil down to ease?
no, GoPros are a real pain in the butt because you got to use their app, and it it goes to the YouTube channel. Then you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you got to have AdSense and all that stuff in place. And you can't just like do it without the app connected. It creates big problems. Like it'll go down and it'll never reconnect, and so
Got
it's
it.
totally inadequate for what the way that we use it.
Yeah. And I'm
Um,
assuming no easy way to do this with just a cell phone camera, the same basic thing, right? I mean, you could stream obviously from Zoom meeting or something like that, but the sort of this is really cool the way it works, except for me, it doesn't anymore.
um, it's the exact same problem as the GoPro, where you would need to have a channel that meets the specifications so that you could live stream to it from a cell phone to a YouTube channel. Um, that's because, basically they came out with a rule where they said, okay, anybody on a mobile device, well, you're not going to be able to do it unless you meet this criteria because too many people were doing it. And that's the beauty of the Yi. It thinks at YouTube that it's streaming software, like what I use for the show. So it gets by that rule. See? So now you'd be in the same predicament, unfortunately. Huh. Yeah, it kind of looks like your stream is set up all right. You did okay there.
Yeah.
So,
Could you do me a favor? Do you have a E4K?
yeah.
Could you just open up the settings and kind of go down the settings real quick and make sure there's nothing weird going on there? I've reset the settings a couple of times, so I just want to make sure that there's nothing weird in the settings of it.
All right.
And then I'll leave you be. So are you running a Lexus SC? Or is that
No.
just a feed from somebody?
Yeah, that was from Danger Racing.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't think I have a battery in this thing. Let me get the battery in it.
well, if it doesn't work, it's not a problem. I just thought I'd try one more time. So well-engineered little camera, huh?
Yeah, it's really cool.
I wonder why they discontinued it.
Well, the whole company is defunct.
Are they?
Yeah, yeah, they. I've pursued them. I've looked for things that maybe I could get a hold of their technology, maybe buy the rights to the camera and reproduce it, and like you can't even get a hold of them. So anyway, 5G. Okay, I had to go through the little setup menu there. Let me see if it'll let me do anything without. Yeah, okay.
So here's what my setting menu looks like. I hit the little gear, and the first one is adjust lens distortion.
Yeah, mine's great.
That's
Mine's actually grayed out, and I've got
yeah. Under
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
frequency is set to what?
Well, it's set to 5G, but you can turn it down to 2.4 if you want.
Yeah, I've tried both.
It sounds like you're connecting, so I don't think you got a connection issue there. Your camera settings are probably, I'm looking through LED, the housing mode, video standard. Is that
What's your video standard set at?
Well, it's set at NTSC.
That's what mine is too.
But I think you could run either one, and like if it was the wrong one, it would just come up as a black screen. It wouldn't, It's not like you wouldn't be able to connect. The inability to connect shows a setting issue, or some kind of a other problem.
Right.
Video rotation.
Well, Chuck, you've been very gracious, Paul. I really appreciate it. I think I'm out of luck, unfortunately. It's like I said, it's just so bizarre because yesterday it just worked out of the box like a charm. Like setup was streaming, I was bouncing around looking at my desktop, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working.
And that leads me to believe that you didn't do anything wrong with your settings because it was working. So you've done everything correctly, and that kind of points even more to some kind of a logic problem, which coincides with the fact that sometimes it just locks up on you. Totally locks up. You got to take the battery out to reset it. That's another sign that there's a logic problem. I'm sorry to say.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was a nice try, but it isn't meant to be.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, good luck this coming weekend. Hope you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I never raced Ozarks before. Kind of terrified by it. It sounds like a scary race car.
Yeah, I think they've done a little bit of work on that turn one, so it's not quite so terrifying. Hopefully we can keep our cars.
Did you race it last year?
No, I've hung up my gloves. I'm not racing anymore. But it looked like it.
Turn one seems pretty spooky.
There's been some calamity right there, so yeah, just be careful. You'll have fun.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye now.